What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Games
ReCAP. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you. Thanks for being with us. You ready for another Friday morning episode of the show? This is the best episode, in my opinion, because you get the weekend after this.
Exactly. So we are on daily from 10 a.m. Pacific time, twitch.tv/blue_champs. If you're watching us anywhere else, welcome. Please comment, because that's part of the fun, and you can see the mistakes that we make while we make the filming. If you're watching the recording,
you can help us not make mistakes by telling us that.
Yes, if you're watching after the fact and you're seeing perfection, you're probably watching over on youtube.com/bluechamps. For anyone that is supporting us, thank you. Our Patreon supporters, you are keeping the lights on literally. And anybody who are seeking to support us, you are continuously trying to make the next goal happen, which is to turn this show into a daily audio podcast form. You can also click on the donate button, go over to our twitch.tv. There's a donate link there to give us your money, and or become a Twitch Prime subscriber. But we're slowly figuring out that isn't as good as it sounds.
Uh-oh. You gonna unpack that a little bit, or you just gonna leave it as is?
I'll unpack it with this next topic. So to this today's topic right here is really relevant to what I just said. Ninja the biggest streamer.
Is he the biggest?
He is the biggest.
He's the biggest.
He has
Okay.
to be.
He's the biggest.
He's on freaking Jimmy Fallon all the time. He's leaving Twitch for Mixer, so that means there's some massive deal going on. I am guessing some kind of like exclusive athlete type of deal where like, hey, stick with us for 1 year, you keep the proceeds. Of course, the details of the contract isn't there. He just simply said, I'm leaving Twitch.
Well,
I'm going to Mixer.
I would imagine that it's longer than a 1 year deal, because assuming, let's say the year doesn't go well and he's like, oh, back to Twitch.
Yeah.
That's a bad look.
Yeah.
Obviously that transition is going to be really shitty. I'm sure there's at least like a 3-4 years worth of guaranteed compensation here.
Yeah, I mean it's already working, right? Mixer is like the number 2, like a distance number 2 in terms of the streaming game, and it's owned by Microsoft, so they definitely have the money and funds to keep it going, right? Originally, it was bought out in 2016, 2015. It was like called Beam or something.
Yeah. Right.
And then they bought it over because they wanted to get into the streaming game, and they have the Xbox platform. So when you go on the Xbox platform, you want to share your gaming. It's a click of a button, and you go straight to Mixer. And they have somewhat of a good community over there. I mean, there are features on Mixer that people have championed. Let me look for some of that while we go to Larry Cam. What is your initial thoughts about this move?
Let me see if I can get this right. Oh, look at that.
There we are.
Clean shaven a little bit, hair scruffy, but welcome back to Larry Cam. This is my mini show inside the show. What we're talking about today is, if I were Ninja, what would it take to get me to leave Twitch completely, to go to Mixer? What would I be excited about? What would the issues be? And I'm doing this to kind of give Brandon some time to bring some factual information to the show, which we always appreciate, is having the hard facts. If I were Ninja and I knew that doing nothing different meant that I was still going to be a millionaire next year, because obviously, what is he, like 23, 28 million followers or subscribers on Twitch? Probably a lot of those Twitch Prime members giving him that $250 a month instead of the $5 that we thought. The sponsorship deals, the tournament winnings, all the things that he does, any of that related to Twitch, I would say is significant, guaranteed projected money. Meaning for the next 5 or so years, even if he did nothing differently, he was going to be making a substantial amount of money. Yeah. In order to draw me suitably through to Mixer platform, he knows he's going to a smaller platform which doesn't have the same following. Mixer's hoping that him coming brings potentially 28 million people who liked seeing Ninja now are going to go sign up for Mixer and know what that is and then be part of that ecosystem. Very smart. So that's huge for them. They've got to be paying big time. I wouldn't even touch that deal if there wasn't at least 5 years on there. Right. Because at the end of this deal, let's say it doesn't go well and he knows that like he would have made more money on Twitch and he tries to go back to Twitch, he's climbing uphill twice. You know what I mean? Right. Because you're acknowledging that you left and you shouldn't have. You're going back And because you've left and go back, there's like all the return home woes that you have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish him luck. I'm not a hater of millionaires. I hope to be one myself one day. And you know, I'm not like, oh, he makes enough money, he shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z. Like, he's in a very young man's game. Streaming is a young man's game, and I say that in the sense that, like, I don't think any streamer has a 30-year window, right? Like, oh, are we? What's going on? I think they can still hear us, though, at least.
Yeah,
well,
they can hear us.
Let's ask the audience.
Fluffing right now.
Okay, let me check Twitch chat. Looks like we're frozen. Anybody in Twitch chat, can you just let us know what's going on?
Just keep talking. All
right. Okay, so we're gonna check on this and see what's going on. It looks like I'm back. Am I moving over there? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so again, looking at the financials, because that's the juiciest place to start. I would say he knows that it's a huge risk to go to a smaller platform with less people there, less eyes, less attention. I'm assuming Mixer is going to be making some grand plans to try to start chomping into that Twitch audience beyond signing Ninja. I'm sure that there are other streamers as well who have lucrative contracts in their inbox that they haven't signed, or it hasn't been a big thing yet. Ninja was probably the most expensive one, so he's like tier 1, but I'm sure there's tier 2 and tier 3 even opportunities out there. And so it sounds like we're going to have a competitor to Twitch coming in. That's actually what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, it's already working. Obviously, they're getting a lot of coverage from just this bit of Ninja moving over, right?
Yeah.
And so already a success. They're seeing the fruits of their labor being paid off. Whatever the massive deal they give to Ninja to say, hey, bring your audience and risk losing like a percentage of them going to our new platform, probably is very beneficial. I'm sure Ninja, he's fine. As a millionaire, I guess, is like, hey, can I make you feel more millions? Yes, I can. 2 years, 3 years, I can do this.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably bringing over everything that he's been doing on Twitch. Nothing. Twitch is a platform. I'm very surprised at how much of an opening they're leaving. You know, in terms of features and all this stuff. Like when I remember when it was just Justin.tv.
Yeah. Oh man. Who's Justin?
Yeah, I know, right?
How many yachts does Justin?
But like,
own?
if I go to it, right, I don't really see a significant like facelift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From my initial impression as a consumer, and now being a streamer on Twitch as well as other streaming platforms, I don't really see like a huge innovation there. Like, what are you doing? Because even as a partner affiliate, I'm looking at the terms, and you're not really helping like a smaller streamer that's starting out, right? It's more beneficial maybe as a bigger streamer that can like wait 3 months here and there. But even the rules and templates of like researching of how exactly things work, it's not very clear as a streamer, because I have trouble being very technical, being a game developer, environment artist, right? Playing with multiple software, it's very convoluted to get through the mess of things. So when I go over Mixer, it seems a little bit more polished. And looking through kind of like the features of why, you know, people prefer Mixer as a platform over Twitch is that, let me read a couple. Of course, the Xbox One experience. It's very clear, right? Yeah. It's a first-party software, so when you want to stream directly from your Xbox, it does a way better job. It requires, you know, the Xbox One Twitch app requires you to have Connect to get a camera feed going. Mixer support just about any USB webcam. Oh, well, that's weird. I wonder if that's a Twitch initiative or something. But that is very weird. Co-streaming makes broadcasting more social. That's a huge feature right there. Having multiple screens of multiple streamers at the same time and then being able to handle that, that's a huge feature.
Yeah, that's big. A lot of people are trying to do that through cockamamie ways right now. Like we've even had our issues trying to make multicasting a thing. Yeah,
exactly. Thankfully right now, you know, Larry and I are frozen again. What is going on?
Twitch is mad that we're talking shit on them right now. Ladies and gentlemen, are you still there? You still with us?
Yeah, we're still live. So, a more interactive way to watch. So, aside from the simultaneous squad streaming is what they call it, a more interactive way to watch. One of its unique features gives broadcasters the option to offer special controls to the viewers, meaning audience can, say, vote on important story choices in a Telltale game or trigger special audio effects with a soundboard. Twitch is starting to embrace a similar level of interactivity with its extensions feature, but Mixer has been doing it since day one. Hyperzone, which gets right to the good stuff. Mixer's Hyperzone channel is essentially the gaming equivalent of the NFL's all-touchdown red zone network. Mm-hmm. The channel automatically bounces between the final moments of matches in games like Players Unknown, Fortnite, and Apex Legends, getting you right to these tense game-winning kills without making you sit through any boring lulls. So as an automatic system, it just switches to the most intense moments.
I mean, I don't know what that even means. It's like, how do you catch the moment ramping up versus it's happened and people are reacting to it? Like, you're always going to see the tail end of stuff, I'm guessing. Or at least I guess it's just going to track spikes. Mm-hmm. Like, wow, 400% viewership increase. Let's switch. I mean, I guess that's better than nothing, though.
Twitch has a healthy ecosystem of unlockable digital goodies such as social emotes and chat badges, but most of those are tied to how much money you spent supporting other channels. Mixer, on the other hand, rewards viewers for simply spending time on the platform. Nice. As you watch streams, you'll earn experience points, level up, and receive sparks. Special currency that grants you perks such as interacting with streams and unlocking emotes. It's a small touch, but it's rewarding. Mixer also rolled out Embers, a premium currency that viewers can purchase with real money to support their favorite streamers. Viewers can spend their Embers on customized animated greetings during a stream, adding another layer of interactivity between the streamers and audience. Mixer might not ever be the streaming behemoth that Twitch is, but it's a fun experimental platform. See, this is where number 2 has a lot of motivation to try new things, and where number 1 can get stale and lose its footing. Well,
because number 1 doesn't want to lose 23 million people, and so like a major change, like look at YouTube, for example. Whenever YouTube has like an algorithm change, it shockwaves through the whole platform. Yeah. What saves YouTube is there's no number 2 right now. Yeah. There literally is. I can't think of any place where anybody who has any sort of significant following on YouTube is excited to say, well, let me go try Vimeo. Yeah. You know what I mean? That has nowhere near the engagement, nowhere near the audience, nowhere near the financial opportunities that you have on YouTube. Right. But like Twitch now, they have Caffeine, Mixer. There's probably even another one that I can't even think of. Like that are significant players on the rise. Well, it looks like Mixer is the most significant, and they just stole their number 1 piece of talent.
Yeah. Yeah, even I'm considering going. So, like, to unwrap us being streaming for a while, you know, this is our first foray into things. So we're obviously starting small, and you have to imagine for every ninja, there's a million more starting small, right? Yeah. So far, Twitch I feel, is a hard time to kind of. They don't really give a way to kind of highlight the smaller guys of quality content, right? Yeah. Plus, like a lot of its Twitch partnership or affiliates, the terms are so muddled with the particulars. In the idea that I wonder if this is true for most streaming platform where they don't let you to simulcast and stuff.
Yeah, that's a little weak.
It is really weak.
That's how they build themselves up, though, right? Like, especially once they got to Twitch level. You know, you can. I mean, from their perspective, it makes sense. Like, no, you can't use other platforms to build audiences there because then you have reason to lateral or, if ever needed, not be on Twitch anymore.
It's dumb. Like, you don't.
It's not customer first.
It's not customer first. That's obvious. But also, you're preventing anybody from becoming a ninja, right? Like, especially at the ground level where there might be quality content that might not get to the front page and stuff. You're telling those people, hey, you got to keep going at it before you quit, which is in most cases people quit before they actually have traction, right? By allowing people to simulcast at an early stage and getting as much exposure as they can, Twitch can straight up say, by the time you hit 1,000 subscribers is when you got to go exclusive. Is a better way to approach it and encourage.
Like some sort of threshold where.
Yeah, exactly.
Statistically speaking, if you're an individual entity, this is about where we feel like you make enough Twitch revenue that we can talk exclusivity. And even better, they can lure them into it. Like, and if you do decide to go exclusive, we're going to give you blank, blank, and blank.
Right. Because to them, it is more important to talk to the person. And they clearly show this. They talk to the person that has 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 watchers at a time to have a serious talk and be like, hey, we can really build you up. Yeah. Like any type of athlete, any type of deal. Because this is the thing that Ninja probably faced, right? I'm sure behind the scene Twitch is like, hey, we love you, Ninja, blah, blah, blah. But not to the extent that Microsoft.
Like, yeah, Ninja, keep streaming for us because you're making money for yourself and working and making us money.
Right.
Mixer is like, hey, Ninja, we want to pay you.
Exactly. So I would assume that Twitch didn't come to Ninja and offer an exclusivity deal.
Do you think, here's a question, do you think Ninja having like an in hand, like, hey, Microsoft wants to talk, we're thinking about doing this?
I'm sure they came back to Twitch and say, hey, I'm already here. This is what Microsoft is offering. Is there something here that we can talk about? Yeah. Because obviously I'm on your platform. I have my audience there. I don't want to move if things are going well.
It would have been smart for him to do that. Even if it signals.
I'm sure he did.
I'm sure he would have done that because
just like any employer switching jobs. That's immediately because I feel like Microsoft is the one that initiated this idea, this mega deal. This is a welcoming of a new age, right? Twitch streamers are more respected, I feel, and better treated than esport athletes, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because esport athletes, we hear all these stories how they're pretty much like treated like boy bands, right? They get cooped up in a house. It's a contract, and they constantly have to practice. And the percentage, a large percentage, goes to the sponsors that represents them. And only a certain amount goes back to the team. Yeah. Whereas a Twitch streamer has complete control and is able to be branded and is able to maneuver how he sees fit without having to consult with his boss, right?
Yeah.
So it's everyone, even at the esports level, dream to eventually become, and we've seen this move, to become a Twitch streamer or a streamer, right, in this case. And be able to have control of their destiny, right? It's the ultimate dream. And so this got to be one of the first big deals, obviously. Even though the details don't need to be released, there's got to be some major exclusive money on the table for Ninja to be like, I guess I can kind of start over. Because he's going to lose 50, 40. He's risking losing 40, 50% of people.
I think even more than that.
Yeah.
If he's got 23 million... And I hate to even say this, but I would imagine like he joins the Mixer and he hits like 10.
Yeah. And it's realistic to think so because most people have to sign up for a new account and go to this. Even though it is just a switch of a website, people don't migrate over as easily as people would like to think, right? It is some type of labor, some type of work to go over the new platform and just be greeted with a new website. And Ninja is probably one of the strongest one that is able to lateral and build that community back up because people love his content. The general sense of this is mostly, where is the streaming game going right now, right? I'm glad that he's able to. Do you think it was a bad move for Twitch to let that go?
I think that
this dude was the face of Twitch for a long time.
The news of Ninja leaving Twitch, knowing that he's going to Mixer, is going to create a lot of buzz. Everything is in Mixer's favor right now. Is Twitch going to die because of it? No. Are they going to hurt? No. Are they going to look silly? Yes. I think that what they're doing is they're allowing number 2 to get like a substantial leap towards their record time. Yeah. Like, I still think Twitch is going to be number 1 this year and next year and the year after. But the distance between them and number 2 is narrowing vastly. I'll say that. I can see this as a huge power move. huge power move. Microsoft has all the monies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're fine. Oh, $30 million to pull. Who is this Ninja Gaiden guy?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Well, you know who's happy about this deal?
Who? Dr.
Dr.
Disrespect. The number one
The
streamer
number
on
one
Twitch
Twitch streamer.
officially.
All your
That's
ninjas
funny.
who got abandoned,
That's a
come
good
to
one.
my stream.
Shout out to all them slick daddies and champions, depending on when you found disrespect, I guess.
But
Whichever one you identify as they say these days.
if anything, number 2, right? Dr. Disrespect.
Is he number 2 now? Will he be like if?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a lot for number 2.
I'm
but,
sure he's
But
up
he
there,
is
though.
like a presence.
I think
on
he's the
Twitch.
most recognizable.
I feel like he is the most recognizable.
Right.
But I would say that I'm sure in his camp, they're like, let's wait for a week or 2, right? So that Twitch can see these data numbers and how it affects them.
Because then Twitch is going to want to double down on keeping.
Right. And they want to keep them, right?
I'm
Bro,
sorry.
if
I was in
if
the top
Mixer
10,
if Mixer went to Ninja and Dr. Disrespect and got exclusive,
yeah,
that's a huge hit. I feel like because those
I'm sure
two,
Doc has been talked to.
I'm sure.
I'm sure he's been.
I think
talked to.
Mixer should continuously go after these streamers, these top guys, and bring them over the platform, because I think it's good for the streamers to be respected in that way and be treated as a commodity, a talent, like as they are. And then Twitch needs to freaking up their game, because I feel like it's been dormant in that way.
They've had no reason to need to do anything, right? Like they're like, well, we have created the platform that allows 28 million people to follow you and to be involved in you. And to whatever.
Where else are you gonna go?
If we turn off our servers right now, they
got
know
nothing.
that you don't have all those people's
leverage.
email address.
Yeah.
You don't have all those people's Twitter accounts. You don't have all those people's. Like a lot of them will try to find you, but they
know.
they
Isn't
knew
that
that
kind of
they had
lame?
the.
Isn't that kind of lame that you have
You don't own your
no
audience.
connections with your audience?
That's what a lot of musicians, like Ryan Leslie, was like big champion of this initiative. If anyone knows,
So
who
this is
Ryan
the same
Leslie
thing as
is.
Spotify then. They don't get any of that data, or what?
It's not so much that they don't have the data. It's that the artists or the content creators themselves who are using the platform just rely on the platform for community management and don't create like their own owned thing that they use for community management. So that if ever they're like, hey, I'm on Twitch, instead of it being like I have to rebuild my audience or hope that they come along, it's like, oh, well, I've been maintaining like my email list or like my contact form thing where people have actually signed up into my thing that I control and I can do whatever the hell I want because I've got 18 million people who are in Larry's list. Or whatever, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of people who are championing like you have to own your own shit. YouTube, same thing. If YouTube were to shut down right now and you have 8 million subscribers, how many of them do you actually have? Right? How many of them are going to go seek out and try to find where you are?
I see.
Way less than the full amount.
I see. So it's pretty normal then. It's pretty standard. I guess in the videos where they can advertise and sign up to my newsletter, do
exactly.
it now.
That's why you see.
I
all
guess
those.
it's a fair shake if that's.
I'll say this though: if I was top 10 on Twitch, right, and Ninja left. First, man, I'd be like, hey, Twitch, I've been getting talked to by these other places. Not going to say any names. You know what I mean? They've been putting lucrative deals together. What do you guys want to do? Now's the time to reevaluate my opportunities here.
Amazon, I mean, Microsoft definitely has money. I think they're more invested in games than Amazon is, right? So I think their budget is probably bigger to grow Mixer, to grow the Xbox platform. And it's just one of the initiatives that even the CEO like straight up said, right? I don't hear Jeff Bezos talking about his rockets and then games as much, right? So I would have to assume that Microsoft will be willing. I would, if I was a streamer on the top 10, like you said, I would go over the Mixer and it's like, hey, can we talk? If I was Dr. Disrespect, man, I'm sure he's already initiating these talks. It's like, hey, man, I'm open to talk.
Man, if I could be in a position like this, I would definitely leverage. You're supposed to leverage. You are supposed to leverage. It's business one, right? Like if you are in this to make sure that your family doesn't have to work, you know what I mean? Like take advantage of an opportunity to see if you can get more for yourself. And
I think they can, yeah. Like having 1 and 2 battling it out like this is always healthy for the consumer. But also it helps for the talent that's involved with it. And the platforms, like I go to the Mixer, I actually am very impressed in how they try to promote like smaller channels. Like on the front page, they have a role that is dedicated to up and coming.
Wow.
And these are people with just 4 viewers or 10 viewers at a time.
Oh, but you make it on there. And
you make it on there on the
40,
front page,
50.
and people actually can find it, right?
I need to go check out Mixer.
You should check it out because it's pretty convincing over there on that side. Yeah. And this is how it should be. Streaming is a thing. It needs to be extra competitive, all right? I feel like looking at Twitch as a platform, right? I know they're doing things in the background, but it's like the Facebook effect, right? We're getting bored of that blue headline. It's so old and archaic, right? Where the familiarity of it to me kind of wears off. It just seems lazy. You know what I mean? You have like control. You're number one. Shouldn't you be more? It's on and just active, because when we go through our career dashboard, right? It just feels like a program and put it together. It's not very on top of things.
From where I sit, I think this is indicative of behavior of someone or an entity that doesn't know what they have, right? Yeah. Like that believes that they're the thing, right? That it's not like Spotify was going through this where they're talking about IPO at the time. Like, well, Spotify, what's your product? Spotify is the product. Like, no, the music that the other artists that you're letting people have access to is your product.
Yeah. No one's going to Spotify look at the UI.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not Spotify the product. So if you have problems with the artists who don't want music on your platform, you're losing your product.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing here is like the same thing with Twitch now, which is like, I bet Twitch was like, look, Ninja, you've got 28 million people through what we've done, through the network that we've built, through the accounts that we've acquired. And then, you have a channel. You're the number one. Most of those people want to watch you, like whatever. But you make X many millions of dollars just off of your relationship with us.
Yeah.
Why do we need to do anything? You know what I mean? Yeah. And like Mixer was like, well, okay, well, cool. Like we'll give you all those same things that they give you, but we're going to give you.
As it should. I like that.
I would love to just been there where they're like, we're going to give you this.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I love the fact when the corporations and the talent are at a 50-50
mutual respect, mutual benefit.
And I love how maybe Ninja actually saw this as obviously the money helped, but he saw this as a huge opportunity for streamers to earn and be respected in a way that they should. We are making your platform.
You saying he did it for the culture?
I think there's a little bit of ego. I think there's a little bit of the ego where he did do it for the culture. Yeah. I think he saw what was going on. I have to assume there was some back and forth with Twitch, because as soon as he had that announcement, the partnership label was taken off of his Twitch.
Quick, I saw a tweet. Somebody showed Ninja didn't have the blue check, and it was like they yanked that blue check quick, and I laughed so hard.
So who was salty in that, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about the NBA and Invisible Wall show before, and how the Raptors kind of thanked as an organization to Kawhi Leonard. They could have handled that a lot worse. We're seeing how salty people or salty corporation felt like they were being stifled. So obviously, to me, when I saw that, there was some conversation before he made his decision, and the offer wasn't as great.
You always got to take that Raptors approach, right? Like if you can't tell me that Twitch didn't benefit by Ninja being on Twitch.
Oh yeah, huge benefit.
Like let's say
Ellen's show, Jimmy Fallon, they all told people to go to Twitch.
So here's the thing, right? Let's assume scenario A. Same day Ninja decides he's retiring, he's done streaming, right? Yeah. And he put all that work into building up a Twitch audience, and Twitch made all that money off of him. What are they? Oh man, thank you so much. Shout out to Ninja, you were great. We're gonna leave your page up, and we're gonna run some classic episodes for the next year, and then we'll put it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus, okay, hey, I'm going to this competitor because this is gonna be great for me. He still put in the same amount of time and effort and audience building in both scenarios, right?
Of course.
But like, the company still got the same amount of money off of him in both scenarios.
Huge
amount. The relationship came to an end.
Half.
Exactly. But salty because he decided that his future is better served somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's when people have ownership complex, man. It's like the Raptors didn't have ownership complex with Kawhi. They were like, man, Kawhi, thank you. You did so much for the city. Yeah. You did so much for us. We did what we could to try to keep you, and it just didn't end up being good business.
Yeah, we got a championship out of it.
Yeah. Versus the like, you mother effer, do you know how much we're going to lose now? Because like they're thinking about themselves when someone else is making a decision for their...
And that just clearly tells him that he made the right decision.
That doubles
down. Every decision he makes is going to be right. when you're talking about millions.
From his perspective, he made the right deal, I'm sure.
No, I think it gives a lot of light to Mixer. A lot of people are going to be curious from the top down in terms of talent. Yeah. Streamers are going to be like, hey, well, if he thought it's a good idea, maybe I should look over there. Maybe they have a lot. Thousands of foot traffic went over the Mixer because of this one little tweet, right?
If I were him and I got 5 years of projected salary, right? That gives me 5 years of protection. Because what would have happened if 2 years from now or 3 years from now, some sort of scandal, something happens at Twitch, or whatever reason he gets canceled or his platform gets canceled? He has the cash of 5 years of protection.
Exactly.
Plus, he's going to be streaming for those 5 years, which means he's going to be making more salary from the Mixer money anyway. He's still going to get endorsement deals. He's still on TV. This was such a power move. I'm hoping that he locked in about 3 to 5 years.
Well,
I would have signed for any less.
Like the Twitch has its affiliate program, and that's their way of locking in exclusivity by basically allowing people to subscribe to your channel
for $2.50.
To $2.50 or whatever, right? They have different tiers, but it's basically half. Yeah, but like to me, exclusivity deals should be done in a more business to business sense, right? Yeah. Business conscious, not through that. And we understand, like we were talking about, if you're a big streamer, you're growing your audience in a Twitch platform or any exclusive stream platform. That you're kind of locked into that idea. Like, look at Dr. Disrespect, who got recently banned for the bathroom incident, right?
He went on vacation. Man.
He went on vacation. No, he's fine.
He knew he was coming.
He's
back.
fine.
Yeah,
but that because of how we are in the political climate, right? There are things that can happen that even if you feel like is fine or not, right? Well, of course, the bathroom incident was a clear case, but by just having one dominant streaming platform kind of telling you, hey, you're not making any money on our platform anymore for this period of time is always dangerous. Yeah. It's the idea of what we always preach about on Game Dev Unchained, our other podcast, that having one foot in one employment all the time is always bad. And so it's nice that Mixer is a reasonably close competitor, right? I mean, can we even name a third streaming platform? Caffeine. Like YouTube gaming, come on, it's not.
YouTube just straight up YouTube now, right? Like, because YouTube lets you go live, so technically YouTube is the number 2. Then I would say Caffeine and Mixer are probably in that order.
Yeah, I wonder what the split is really when it comes to just game-centric streaming, right? Do people, because even on YouTube, I'm not looking at a front page full of streamers. Right. There's a lot of digging that you got to go through, and as a regular consumer, even if you are interested, you require some kind of knowledge. That's what they have against them right now. That's why they try to solve that with YouTubeGaming.com or whatever. Yeah. But that didn't work. It's just YouTube is just a megalith of many other things.
Twitch is trying to become the live version of YouTube, in my opinion.
For Twitch, for gaming?
Yeah. Well, no, just in general, because if you looked when it started, it was gaming-centric. Yeah. Then it's like, if you look at it now, like, oh, here's just chatting.
Yeah, but they had the opposite problem, right? How do I get the gaming community to be interested in all these other issues?
Well, I think, like, just chatting is usually, like, if not the number 2, I think it's, like the number 2 category, and I might be completely wrong because I don't have it in front of me, but I know that Twitch expanding to these other areas because they saw, hey, we're niche in how much money we make off of just gaming, but this ecosystem and structure that we've set up essentially just works for live broadcasting, so let's just open that up to all these other niches and categories so that we just essentially take over live television as a thing. Like, we are the place that you come for live anything.
Right.
So I would have made the same move if I were them, personally. I don't blame them at all, and I hope more people do go to that platform for non-gaming related things so that it becomes essentially like YouTube is the library of video content that has happened. YouTube Live is nowhere near as strong as Twitch. No. But Twitch is nowhere near as strong in the like category of videos that have happened as it is compared to people want to see the thing happening right now.
Right. It's very interesting. And it's always good, right? It's always good for everyone to have like choices. If I'm number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, I would be talking to Microsoft right now. And honestly, if Microsoft really wants to take the space, man, and they have the millions to do so, that would be the move, dude. They just go straight to the top streamers, offer them an exclusive deal, and let it be battled out. And that's that, and that can just expedite all this, like fighting.
Oh man, if
they should be doing that. Like if they go to Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, Summit 1G, all these like top streamers, and be like, hey, 25 million, 25 million, 25 million. I think it's money. It would be money well spent.
It would be money well spent for 2 reasons.
They would get that money back.
2 reasons. One, because right now, any one of those streamers could quit Twitch on a dime just because they decided they don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The Twitch don't have exclusive deals with them.
There's no contract. I'm assuming. I don't know. There might be, but I don't think there is.
No, I don't think there is.
Next, Microsoft pulling them over into Mixer means now there is a contract because they're going to say, we'll give you this money, but for 5 years streaming guaranteed, separate from like death, illness, whatever. Yeah. So now they're like, hey, we've got the top 5 streamers today for the next 5 years. That's huge. That's big.
People will go to Mixer.
People will go to Mixer.
Yeah. If the interface looks better,
Twitch is about.
It has the Xbox platform behind it.
Yeah.
Right. It has the ability to invest in the gaming space.
Substantial.
Yeah. I mean, they have a gaming platform, right? Amazon as a game space, they're trying to get to where they're nowhere close to where Xbox is, right? They don't have their own console. They don't have their own first-party studios. You know what I mean?
They're devs and services.
There's a lot of exclusive deals that they can do with the streamer and be able to work it in there, right? Of course, they can. They're not going to limit them from playing any of the games that isn't Microsoft made. But like the potential of like, here's Gears of War. It's coming out. Can you stream? Yeah. They can do a lot of things there with the teams. And bring streaming to like a huger platform. I mean a bigger reach, right? Yeah. Imagine just seeing ninjas sitting there with the Gears of War team or Halo team. There's so much you can do with that. So yeah, Amazon should be. I think it was a bad move for letting Ninja go. For not to be very competitive.
They had to have known that it was a thing. They probably thought that they looked at Mixer numbers, they looked at their numbers, and
they won't do anything.
They're probably like, oh, we don't. Come on, he's not gonna.
That's not respecting the talent, man.
Here, Ninja. Here, look, $100,000, man. Just make this go away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah,
I'm just guessing. I'm assuming. If I were Ninja, I definitely would have gone to what's already working to try to solidify that.
Of course.
Because it's the most convenient for the people who are holding him up, which is the people who view. 28 million people are already on Twitch, who are already in the ecosystem of watching him at a certain time on his channel at a certain address you know what I mean? Already have their accounts.
It's easier for everybody, yeah.
How many of those 28 millions are going to have to create new accounts?
Yeah.
Right? To then go watch him there. Just that, hey, sign up. I'm telling you, that is a barrier of entry where people will fall off immediately.
And it's one of those things that he is wagering, but he knows he can build it up again. He's done it before, and when he's consistent with it, people are gonna clip whatever he does on the stream. He's continuously gonna be on these talk shows talking about Mixer. It's such a smart move.
I can't wait to see the sub streamers who are gonna stream the Mixer through Twitch on some ghost account, like Ninja AH.
Yeah,
you can watch.
Yeah,
like that UFC kid.
Yeah, but this is whoever number 2 is on Twitch must feel pretty good where they are right now, because now they can either stay at Twitch and be the master at Twitch, but also be able to leverage. Hey, man. You saw what Ninja did.
Yeah.
I can go over there too. I got deals over there.
Those top 10.
And I'm sure if Mixer is already going that hard for number 1, they have a list.
Yeah. Oh, it's
a strategy. It's not over.
This isn't a one.
They already see the benefits of this news.
Yep.
If they get the top 5 out of 10 onto their platform, they are a fucking competitor.
And what's great about it is, it's not money spent today. It's money spent over 5 years.
Yeah.
So think about it like this. If I say to you, Brandon Pham, I'll give you $100 million over 5 years. If you say yes, I'm not writing a check for $100 million. I'm writing a check for the first portion of that amount.
And you'll see some of that come back before you even have to.
Exactly.
It's like any sports deal,
Yeah. So if anyone is thinking wow, Mixer just spent 20, 30, 40, 50. No, Mixer probably spent 3. Here's your leave cash.
Yeah.
Here's the contract, which is going to be how we pay out the rest that we owe you. and it leaves us room and future projection opportunity to actually spend cash today to acquire 2-3 more talents.
Yeah.
And then be like, what up, Twitch?
What up, Twitch? It is. All right. So that concludes today's episode. So I'm going to play some outro music right now. I
say congratulations to all the streamers who are in the sites of Mixer who have leverage and bargaining power right now. Shout out to Ninja for being first. He gives the Giant a reason to have to do something new because it takes care of all your homies back home. He pulled off the Kawhi free agency 2019 move in the gaming space. So major big shots there. And we all know what happened when Kawhi made that move. He himself rebalanced the NBA.
Yeah.
Warriors versus who is no longer the question at the top.
Right. It's exciting.
Basketball is exciting.
I think it's a huge move. I think it's great for anybody that is in game development or promoting games in every way, like streamers. I think they have shown that they're here to stay, and they are a major talent to contributing to this growing industry, and they should be treated as such. I'm surprised that Twitch didn't lock this down, dude. I'm surprised that Ninja and Twitch didn't have an exclusive deal. And maybe they have, and the contract ran out or something.
Possibly.
But that money wasn't good enough, obviously.
The re-up.
The re-up needs to be, Oh, Dr. Disrespectful is loving this deal. I think he's vying for that placement right there.
Was that Drake lyric, 50,000 on my head is disrespect? I'm upset.
Yeah. So everybody who are watching us live, thank you very much. Yeah. We ourselves are talking about different options.
Hey, look, I spent $10 plus on those 2 sandwiches because I thought we were getting $5, but apparently we're getting $2.50. Yeah, so I'm in the hole.
Mixer
sandwiches were good though.
Signs Blue Champs for thousands of dollars. But thank you for watching. We are actually going to come back in 5-10 minutes for anyone that is watching us streaming right now with a special 200th episode of Game Dev Unchained.
No way.
Usually we do Backseat Gamer, but this is a special one. So we're going to take live anime questions, but also talk about what's coming up, especially our next GDUX and what's everything in review.
Episodes?
Well, it will be in about 5-10 minutes.
Including the one that we recorded but haven't released?
The one we haven't released is going to be 200 and something.
Okay, got it. All right. So
but this
will be the
official
200th released episode.
Exactly.
Jesus, we're getting old, man.
We're getting old. So sign us, and I'll see you guys later in like 5-10 minutes. Thanks, guys.
We're 8 episodes away from 4 years?
Yeah.
Damn.
There we go.
Still living in an apartment.